Alright, so welcome back. This is going to be a very short video on the proof for sine squared plus cos squared equals to 1. So this equation, we're going to prove it. So one thing I want to say that this is for this is true for any angle. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of angle you're taking. You can take an angle like this, or you can take an angle like this. Okay, any kind of angle, it doesn't matter. Okay, the sine square of sine squared plus cos squared will be equal to 1. So but still it will be a bit complicated to think about it in terms of different angles. So what we will do is we will go back to our right angle triangle. Oops. So this is our right angle triangle. Okay, this is the right angle, this is 90 degrees. Okay, and then say this is our angle theta. So remember, we can label this is the opposite, this is the adjacent, and this is the hypotenuse. Alright, so we know that sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse and cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, this is trigonometry. Okay, and then we also learn another thing called the Pythagoras theorem. And what does the Pythagoras theorem tell us? This line and this line have a relationship with the hypotenuse. Okay, meaning a squared so o squared plus a squared equals to h squared. This is Pythagoras theorem, right? So then we are going to combine these two things. All right, so sine squared theta. Okay, so sine squared theta is the same as sine theta squared. Okay, it's just the exact same thing, so you don't get confused with this. But we like to write the square before the angle. Normally we write it sine squared theta, not sine theta squared, but it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so what is sine squared theta plus cos squared theta? Oops, okay, the squared. Okay, this is just equal to, so sine is O over h, so O over h squared plus A over h squared. So then this becomes O squared over h squared plus A squared over h squared. You have the same denominator h squared, right? So put it all under the same fraction. This is O squared plus A squared over h squared. And this is where Pythagoras theorem comes in, because we know that O squared plus A squared is equal to h squared, right? So this one comes in here. We get h squared over h squared, which is oops, so this should be, okay, I can't write it here. This is not nice. Let me bring it forth a bit. Okay, so we already got this. Sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1, and that is exactly our equation here. Alright, so this is only for the acute case. This is acute, but this rule is actually applicable for any angle theta, so it doesn't need to be acute. Okay, but we don't have to prove for every single case. We just prove for this one and it'll be enough. Alright, see you.